Hi, this is Geeks Assembled, and Lee and I are here chasing the Sixth Doctor around. We are after him. We know that he's going to show up, but we just don't know where or when. But we're also trying to work in tandem with Henry Gordon, Jago, and George Lightfoot. So because Professor Lightfoot said that we would be really helpful in discovering the whereabouts of the Doctor. Just wondering what Lee thought of Jago and Lightfoot series, Jago and Lightfoot series 11.
11, yeah. Well, Jago and Lightfoot aren't really looking for the Doctor. It's someone else who's looking for the Doctor. It's all a trap. Yeah, another good box set. We, as you say, you get the Sixth Doctor again, which it's the Sixth Doctor with Colin Baker. Even when he's putting a French accent on, you can't disguise that voice at all. I thought they might have tried to disguise it better than that.
It was so funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, you've got the villain of the piece is, of course, the Master, played villainously by Jeffrey Beavers. The crispy Master, who's laid a trap for the Doctor. It could have been any Doctor what turned up, but it was the Sixth Doctor. Because he goes after his friends because he finds out that the Doctor visits Jago Lightfoot every now and again. He wants the Doctor's life force again, the regeneration, which he always seems to want in this form.
Well, in a few forms.
Yeah. But he wants his regeneration cycle. And I get the feel of this box set though was Magnus Greel all over again. Because he was getting rejuvenated through other people's life forces, which Greel was doing to the Victorian women.
In Talons of Wang Chiang, which is where we first hear about these guys.
Yeah. So
all right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I got the Greel feel from this box set. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna get a T-shirt. The Greel feel. Yeah, there was 4 stories, all connected via the Master's plan. Only one story for me, I had to go back and listen to it for a second time.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Because to me, I just didn't understand it. It confused me. It was the second story called Maurice. I just didn't understand what was going on. It was because of all these doppelganger, these doubles, and who was who and what was what. I just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And on the second listen, I still was confused. Because it turns out it was a minute little creature who was inside these automated copies of all the characters. Which I did find though funny, his comeuppance via the Master's evilness. Yeah, that's the only one what sort of confused me, and I thought, well, this is a bit too confusing for me, and I'm a fan. But it starts off with Jago and Son.
Yeah.
Where we found out that Jago has got a son, what he never knew about, or is he his son? We
Yeah.
never really get a true answer to that,
Right?
because by the end of the audio, his son just disappears and he's not mentioned again in the box set.
Right?
And I'm thinking, after listening to the first story, which was all about cult, cult and the devil worshipping and the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, like the demons and
You think, introduce this character of, what was his name, the son's name? It was Harry, but he just sort of vanishes, and there's no explanation where he goes, and you think, oh, it's going to be connected in the box set, and he's not mentioned again in the other three stories, which I found a bit strange.
yeah.
Yeah, you did have a great character in this story, Jean Bazemore, played by Rowena Cooper,
Hmm.
which was a great character, abrupt Victorian woman,
Hmm.
a friend of Lightfoot's,
Yeah.
because the dude gets split up, and Lightfoot and Bazemore sort of team up together in this story, while Jago goes elsewhere on his own with his
Jago
son,
and
Jago
Detective Inspector
Quick.
or Sergeant Quick, who's now an inspector.
Yeah. So yeah, I found that a bit strange that the son's never mentioned again in any of the stories.
Yeah, that's true. What
It's
was
true.
that about?
And as I say, that I've touched on the Maurice one,
Hmm.
which I found quite really hard to grasp. Then we get The Woman in White
Hmm.
by Simon Bernard and Paul Morris, which introduces us to Bram Stoker.
I know, that was so amazing. Oh,
Which great to have that in. I mean, they've met other people in the past in other box sets.
right?
Get Bram Stoker, who's playing Bram Stoker now. It's Jonathan Thormes, brilliantly played by him. But then you also get the absolutely crazy Sir Henry Irving, the stage actor who is played by Edward de Souza.
Hmm.
What a great characterization.
So fun.
So fun,
Eating the scenery and asserting that he was a man of 1,000 faces or whatever.
yeah.
You
But
could go on.
fun fact: Edward de Souza, the actor, is from here.
Oh, oh, all right, all right, all right. I see why you mentioned him strongly.
Well, yeah, but this story sort of gives the idea of where Bram gets his idea from for Dracula.
Uh-huh.
All this like vampiric things going on.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's a great story, and I enjoyed it that they brought in that sort of character. And then you get the final story, Masterpiece, where it's the showdown with the Master and the Doctor and Jago and Lightfoot, and his plant, his hypnotizing Inspector Quick, and
And
getting him to,
Ellie, and he's sucking all the life force out.
yeah, because he's using the mirrors to suck the life forces out of Jago and Lightfoot.
And there's a mirror in the pub
Yeah,
that he's using for Ellie, and
yeah.
poor dear. But Ellie again, Ellie. So go on.
But yeah, it's and also to get the Master's grandfather clock TARDIS in a story as well.
so
Yeah, it's so good. But he gets his confidence in the end, of course.
uh-huh.
But I mean, Jeffrey Beavers has come in his element in these audios. He has become one of the best versions of the Master you could have.
Yeah,
Um, he's the only surviving original Masters from the TV show.
yes,
Because Delgado and Ainley are no longer with us, of course. So he's carrying that for the Masters from back then, and he has with other audios really come into his element, and he's really expanded his character because he couldn't really do much on the TV for that one story.
no, because he wasn't there for very long, and because his any acting that he was done was masked by such an incredibly restrictive prosthetics, all that makeup,
Yeah,
all that latex on him. I mean, he was literally like shown to be like a skeleton with just skin dangling from him. It was brutal the way he looked. And of course, when you've got somebody as camp as the Jeffrey Beaver's Master, I mean, you think of camp and you think of Eric Roberts making his big entrance, but this Master was doing that a lot. I mean, like there's a lot of theatrics in the way that he comes around and reveals himself to people. And so
that sounded so wrong.
why did it reveals himself to people? Oh no, not like that. No. He was I mean that whole I am the master and
Will
you
obey
will obey me, or I am the master and you will follow my orders to the T. I mean, all of those catchphrases, he was like, you have to do this and this and this and why? Because I am the master and I am in charge of your destiny. I mean, he said things like this all throughout this audio, and that was fun because I just think that you don't get any master that's quite as camp as Jeffrey Beavers. I mean, you got some intense ones coming up. You got the Sasha Rawal one, and then there's like the one that is John Sim. But then, but in responding to the friendship of Jago and Lightfoot with the Doctor, this Master is like he's like kind of he's kind of like a stalker, but he's kind of like a stalker in a puppy dog way. He's just like, please pay attention to me. I'm going to steal all your life force to these mirrors, but I know you like mirrors, so let me hand you some things that you like. But then, please pay attention to me. I'm amazing. I'm so cute. Even though you can't tell, this is all shit, but I'm so cute. You've got to see me on the inside. Just wait until I transformed out of this crispy self. Just wait. I'm gorgeous. Very much so. That's what I get from Beavers. Go on.
Well, yeah. Camp evil.
Mm-hmm.
Or evil camp.
Yes. Exactly. Precisely. I love it. I love it. I mean, he's Machiavellian, but he's sort of too cool for school. I mean, he's just like, I don't have to explain my thing to you. I mean, like that's the opposite of I'll explain later. I mean, the doctor's always like, oh gosh, it's another question. And if there isn't time in the script for it, I'll explain later. And the Jeffrey Beaver's master, when he gets to a tough question, he's like, I don't have to explain shit to you. I'm way up here. You guys are way down here. Don't you get it?
Yeah, but well, why should I explain anything? Because while I'm explaining something, you're escaping.
Yeah. So yeah, I think so. There have been so many cool people who played the master, and I like Jeffrey Beavers for that, for those character traits anyway that he brings forth. Even though you know that he's covered with all this prosthetic, but he's got all this stuff going on, you know.
You see, this is good. This is good voice acting because he's not covered in all that makeup, but he's there with his voice. It's the voice.
that he was not. Yeah, exactly.
It's his voice what makes you get that image of the crispy, rotting flesh. You know, the way he sort of his voice oozes.
Like him on Gallifrey, that one, yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly, precisely. So what are some of your favorite moments?
I do like to say the one what really confused me, the Maurice story. As I mentioned, I did like the comeuppance at the end where the master sort of drugs the little alien when they're having a meal together. You know, it makes him. It's the same drug what he used in the Deadly Assassin to fake death. And then he asked the waiter to take away his food. It's been put off. There's an insect in his in his meal. Just yes, throw it in the furnace. Yeah, that's got rid of him. As I say, the woman in white. I just loved the inclusion of Bram Stoker and the origin sort of the Dracula story, and just to have Jeffrey Beavers, because every time he appears, because they don't use him a lot in the audios, but every time he does appear, it's just great to listen to. So he can just act vocally evil down the microphone.
Yes.
And it just draws you in.
Yes.
And of course, we haven't really mentioned Christopher Benjamin and Trevor Baxter. You can't fault those two. You know, those two characters from 1976 to get their own audio series in the 2000s, in the millennium, to last 13, 14 box sets.
Yeah.
Amazing. They were doing something great. And you know, great double act.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame that say Trevor Baxter passed away, and now we're no longer have these box sets.
No.
So back to you.
It isn't fair. So the things that I liked the little alien guy in that one. In Maurice, yeah, that one was cool. The thing that I hadn't thought of it until Lee mentioned it, but the complete like sort of disappearance of Harry, the Jago son.
Yeah.
You know, where is that character now? I mean, he doesn't come back. it's really weird, but he doesn't. And then
Yeah, there's just no connection to that with the other stories.
right, and then there's let's see, uh yeah, the vampirism, the energy vampirism, and then the regular vampirism. That that sort of duality is talked about in the modern show, What We Do in the Shadows, sort of brilliantly by those cast of characters. But I know that a lot of that comes from like the Bram Stoker mythos, and Bram Stoker is in this. And it's fun because, there have been like a lot of stories about incredible creative people in Doctor Who, people like Vincent van Gogh and Charles Dickens and stuff like that. And so these origin stories of a lot of their supernatural characters really came through in the Doctor Who universe, and that's fun. And the Jago and Litefoot are they're sort of powerful at the apex of their power in these tales that are told. And
Yeah.
that's just fun. It's fun to watch that. And then the masterpiece story, the last one by Justin Richards. Yeah, he's growing powerful. I can't see. Anyway, he's growing really powerful, and I just think that you can tell that that Ellie is. I like how Ellie's played. Like she's sort of like sort of under the master's thumb, the way that Katie Manning, the way that Joe Jones, that Joe Grant became under his sway in the Pertwee era. That kind of power. Ellie's used to the supernatural. Ellie's used to these two, and running here and there and getting on spaceships and getting into fights with aliens and stuff. She's used to it.
It's a normal day.
It's a normal day for her, and all of her fun interactions with other people are like they're like this doesn't surprise her at all, but the master does completely bewitch her. That's he's good at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and well written, all the stories.
Yeah, you've got to give thumbs up to Nigel Fairs, Matthew Sweet, Simon Bernard, Paul Maurice, and Justin Richards.
Yep.
And
these are directed by, of course,
good old Lisa
Bowerman, who plays Ellie, and that's just brilliant. And the other thing is that I love how they were like waiting for the doctor, like the master wanted the doctor there, and Jago and Litefoot wanted the doctor there, and so they, even though he was speaking French for the first all the way from Maurice, probably, you know, all the way. And he just was like, he fooled them all, and then all of a sudden there he is. The doctor is there. And the sixth doctor is like the best. I mean, I'm really glad that he was able to do that, because
Yeah.
I mean, that was fun. And so the sixth doctor has been with most of the eighth doctor companions. He's been with Chameleon. He's been with, of course, Perry, but he's also been with Jago and Litefoot, and I mean, yeah, he's been with a lot of cool companions. Mel's coming back this year. Yeah, I can't wait to see her in Doctor Who again. And then I heard Susan's coming back in, and he's got his arm over her, holding her close in, of course, Dimensions in Time, which I don't know if you think that's at all part of it, but kind of is. Anyway, so excited for all of this Sixth Doctor stuff to be remanifest on the screen. And yeah, it's too bad we can't have Jago and Lightfoot somewhere in this with like the Paternoster gang and stuff. But yeah, Jago, yeah, Jago's gonna be there with them. Anyway,
yeah, it's a good box set, but there's just a few niggles for me.
okay. So what's your score?
Well, because of the son not getting mentioned again and no connection to any of the three stories, that's a bit of a niggle. And then the second story, Maurice, where I just didn't understand what was going on and who was who. It was a bit complicated. That was a niggle. So for that reason and them reasons alone, I'm going to give this, what shall I say, 8.5 time traveling grandfather clocks out of 10.
Nice. And I will give this I'll give this 10 completely desiccated corpses out of 10. I love that. I love that Bram Stoker got to see some real vampiric action. I think I'd like to see Bram Stoker back again. That'd be fun. Anyway, but I'd like vampire stories. Yeah, please do. Yeah, it's the master. Got it, Lee. Got it. The master. Yes, got it. I will obey him. Okay. So he's telling me that I should close out the podcast, and I will obey him. Okay. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification, as you will. And it says playing music. No, I'm not playing music soon. I think that I will introduce you to our social media next. We're on X. Lee is on Instagram, and he has delineated what we do every week on and stuff.
Yeah.
And we have a Tumblr that's sort of paused indefinitely, and Facebook page that's paused indefinitely. But we do have a Facebook group that's pretty active with a chat and some enjoyable things are there. And then we also have we also would love to have you. So come join if you're 18, if you have a mic, a camera, a device on which you can present with Zoom, not Doom, with Doom. You never know with us. And let's see. And that's it. That's it. That's all. So please do return and enjoy our whole weekend of audios. We just reviewed Vince Cosmos, Glam Rock Detective, and so we're also talking about these spin-offs from spin-off companions from other Time Lords. So enjoy that. And with all of that, I'd like to say, oh, Lummy, oh, Cox. It's just the way that they talk. Jeez, those two. Oh, it's so fun. And all the peas and the pernicious pipsqueaks that plunder the posternus.
It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not. Go Jago. Go Jago. Yeah. Anyway, have a great one, everybody. We'll see you next week.